Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make this beautiful Evelyn sweater, and this one is made out of 50% merino wool, 50% silk yarn. I will put the link also in this under this video, so if you want to get the same yarn you can grab it as well. I got it from Expression Fiber Arts, and if you don't know it yet, they have an amazing channel here. You can find all crochet and knit patterns, lots of things there. But yeah, today I wanted to show you how I make this one, and also gonna teach you how you can measure your body to make the sweater that fit you. So you will need the tape measurement, that for sure, and everything else that you need, like hook and more information about yarn weight, you will see in a minute. Just I'm gonna explain to you what you need to watch out and measure on this piece, this design, this project. You will need to have a skill of mathematics, like very simple, and know a little bit about gauge swatch. If you don't know anything about the gauge swatch, I put also the video up here and down here. Everything that I mentioned here about the video or material, anything that I use in this video, you will find under the video and description box below. So the link that you can just click and get everything that you need. You need the tape measurement because you need to, you know, measure your bust and on your neckline. For example, my neckline, I also explained in the video, but just gonna say it shortly to you. The neckline here, I have 19 inches, and you need to, you know, like if you want to know for the second one you're gonna make with different yarn, you should measure your piece, like the yoke part. I put the information here, right here on the screen here, the part that you need to measure, so that you have everything you need to know, such yoke and also the sleeve part and everything that you need to consider to find out how many inches and how many stitches you need to make to match with that. For example, the yoke part, the neckline, 19 inches, I start with 84 chain, and I will explain to you in the video why it's 84 chain. And in the written pattern, I do share the written pattern for free on my blog on this size, with the information on how you can make the calculation for your own size. But if you feel like, Maya, this is like too complicated for me, I'm just a beginner, but I love this pattern and I wanted to learn, or you want to make for someone else, or even if you want to make it for sale on your Etsy shop or your website or anywhere else, I just ask you to purchase the pattern, because this way you get all the sizes from size small to 5XL. Like, yeah, 5XL. That is like a size inclusive for this one. So you can make it for everyone. And the thing is, you can also make it as a tunic length. Like you see here, I was planned to make a tunic length, so I already increased around here when it's come to the beginning of my hip. And if I continue to go longer, it's gonna be a tunic length already, because I already have the width of my widened part of my hip, you see. And I can also increase more if I want it to be like more like an open skirt. So go ahead, open another browser by click the link to the pattern of this one on my blog and just have it side by side. This way you learn, because many of you reach out to me and say, Maya, I want to think with you, I want to learn how to think, I want to learn how to design. And this is the way you will learn how to design, by doing it. And if you need help or any question, you know that you can always reach out to me. Come to join us on Facebook. We have 2 groups available for everyone to join. The first one is Crochet Tribe Maya Luna Corazon. You can connect with like-minded people there who love my design. You can ask questions, what you learned from the video, what you learned from the pattern. If you have questions, you can ask me or the member there. We have an amazing woman there who can, you know, love to help you, and you will love being there, because we only share a beautiful and supportive energy, and everyone's so friendly there. And another group is Crochet Conscious, growing together. If you are a designer and you want to show your design, or you want to, you know, share other people's design that you admire, you can share there. And I have another group that we just launched last week. It's called Crochet Designing Universe. And this group I created for my patrons, those who are my supporter and want to learn how to design and the process of writing the pattern and everything about designing. And they also get the pattern like this one. If you are my patron this month, you will get this pattern for free, the written pattern that downloadable. So yeah, you have all the options to choose from and just choose whatever suit you. And yeah, let's do this project together.
In this project, we are working with fingering weight yarn, and I am double strand of this fingering weight yarn. This is the leftover actually of the sweater that I already made, but I'm going to show you the prototype of the neckline of this part of the sweater. You will see I show you part by part. So for the neckline, I'm going to use the red color together. In the whole sweater, I use this brown and the red and the green, the sage green before, and also this one kind of like blue or gray. It depends on what you see. Alright, let's talk about the yoke part, and I'm gonna show you where you have to measure your body if you want to follow the pattern that already calculate all the sizes. You can get the pattern on my Ravelry and Etsy shop, or if you watch this in January 2021, you can become my patron and get this pattern for free. And yeah, you can also access the private group that I create for my patrons only. It's called Crochet Designing Universe. So you can learn how to design your garment and ask me questions related to your design and learn the lesson that I teach every week there. Alright, so let's talk about this design. I'm going to show you a small prototype of how I make this neckline, because I already made the whole thing done and I don't want to repeat all the whole thing again. So my neckline is 19 inches. And you need to have a tape measurement to measure around if you think 19 inches is good for you, or if you need more, then you can make 20 or 21 or 22. Should not be more than 22 though. 22 is like, yeah, would be even for size like XL or 4-5XL, it's just 22 inches, but it's just up to you really. You just do what you want. For me, 19 inches. First, you have to make the gauge swatch, and it shows on the screen here. So make the gauge swatch and make it as close as mine as possible, or the same. That would be perfect. So you can use the same stitch that I do for size small, and then you learn to calculate your own number when you do different sizes. The best way to make it fit you is to keep trying it on. This is how I do everything when I am in the designing process. I always keep trying it on to see if it fit me. So yeah, 19 inches is 84 chain. So you need to make a chain with a multiple of 2. And now just see, first make the gauge swatch and then measure your body when you do the neckline. I would say if you are small like me, just do 19. Like I said, between 19 to 21, 22, shouldn't be more than that. Alright, let's get started. As I mentioned earlier, I used this fingering weight yarn, double strands. You can use any yarn as long as your gauge swatch is matched with my one. So make the slip knot in any way you prefer. I am making the slip knot my way. In the pattern, the written pattern, I have made 84 chain, but as I say, I'm making a prototype, so I'm going to make just, I don't know, let's see how many chain that would be big enough to see and not too big to make. Okay, I made 40 chain just for the prototype, okay? And now when you got your chain of multiple of 2 that match with your measurement, you will need to slip stitch in the first chain, but make sure that your chain not twist. That is the trick to do that, but I never really learn how to do. So if you know how to do, just do that to make sure that it's not gonna twist. So go to your first chain. Doesn't matter how many chain you make, but it's matter that it needs to be a multiple of 2 and to match with your measurement. So in the first chain, you're going to slip stitch there. Okay, and now we're going to do our round 1. For round 1, we're going to chain 2, and this chain 2 only to build up the yarn. Never count as the stitch unless I said in the pattern or I mention here. So you're going to add now half double crochet exactly in where you slip stitch, so it's the same first chain in there. Going to add half double crochet there, and now you're going to add half double crochet in each chain across. You need to have the same number of your chain. Okay, for me in this prototype is 40, so I need to have 40 chain. But in my pattern, in my side, in the real sweater, I have 84 in round 1 because I chain 84 in order to have it 19 inches for the neckline. Now you're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the beginning, and this is how you finish your round 1. In the pattern on the original piece, I have 84 half double crochet in round 1. So for round 2, you're going to chain 2, and now you're going to do the round of front post half double crochet and back post half double crochet. Repeat. So you're going to start again this chain 2 just to build up the yarn. You're going to do front post half double crochet. So here, the first one here, this is how you do front post half double crochet. You yarn over and poke the hook to the back and then front. So your stitch should be in the front, and then yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3, and this is your front post half double crochet. And for the back post, you yarn over. Now you're going to poke the hook from the back and up and then down again. So now the post, the stitch is in the back. Yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So now you just did front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet. Again, front post half double crochet, yarn over, you poke the hook back, behind and up again. So your stitch should be in front of your hook. That is front post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And that's it. This is a front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet. Now you're just gonna repeat again, back post. Now you poke from the back, up and then down, and then again. You're just going to repeat that, and this create very pretty texture of your work. So this round 2 is just the repeating of front post half double crochet and back post half double crochet. And now I come to the end of the round. So since we are multiple of 2, your last stitch should be back post half double crochet, because we started with front post half double crochet, right? And now you're just going to again slip stitch into your second chain of the beginning, and we're gonna do round 3. Round 3 for the yoke, for the neckline, we are increasing. So chain 2, and I will explain to you a bit about the increasing, because obviously this prototype will be increased differently because this is too small and we're not going to wear that. So I'm just gonna explain to you how I increase my neckline of this one. So here on my round 3 I did increase. In round 3 I did increase a total of 8 stitches. Why I do increase 8 stitches? Because first of all we need to have a multiple of 2 in our work, because this is going to be the stitch of double crochet and single crochet, so it have to be two stitches together always. When we do increase, we have to also increase 2 stitches at the same time, which I will show you a little bit later on. But in round 3 is going to be half double crochet stitch, but still we need to increase in multiple of 2. I did increase 8 stitches because I want it to be approximate of 2 inches. 8 stitches is perfect for me to do the increasing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you if I want to make the increase at the stitch number 10, how I will do that. I already chain 2 here. Zoom. And again, this chain 2 just to build up the yarn. I'm going to add the half double crochet into the first stitch of my front post, half double crochet from previous round 1, then just add in each stitch until I get into number 10. Okay, now number 10, I already add 1 half double crochet on number 10. To increase, I just gonna add 1 more into that stitch number 10. This is what I do in my original sweater, the one that I already made. And now I'm just gonna add 1 half double crochet in each stitch again until I get to number 10 again. Alright, here number 10. And now I'm just gonna increase again by adding another half double crochet into the same stitch there. So I already did increase 2 times. Now I'm gonna do again 10. Okay, now number 10, and I would do that again. You see I already did increase 3 times. So yeah, I'm going to do 1 more time here before I finish this round. And this prototype I will be adding 4 stitches more into this round. But in my sweater, in my round 3, I have added in total of 8 more stitches, and my round 3 has a total of 92. You can see that information in my blog. So just go ahead, do your own thing and write it down if you do different sizes. And if you didn't get my pattern, just want to do by your own, make sure you get a book and write everything down so you can count your stitch later. It's so important not to miss anything, so that at the end of your round you know how many stitches you have made. Okay, now at the end of round 3, I'm going to slip stitch. You have to do the same, slip stitch into the second chain of the beginning chain that you made. So for round 4, we're going to increase again. In my pattern for my size, I'm going to increase again, and also for other sizes as well. But since you choose to do it by yourself, you can see how many stitches you need. For me, I choose to add again another 8 stitches. And yeah, I'm going to increase in every stitch number 11. So go ahead, do the increase on your round 4. If you want to increase 8 stitches like mine, just do that. And if you want to increase more, just do more. Then keep try it on and see how it look on you. Okay, I meet you at the end of round 4 because it's going to be the same thing like round 3. Alright, I decided to just show you round 5 because it doesn't matter anyway if I do round 4 or not, because it's going to be the same thing with round 3. To save time and the minute on the video, just let's pretend I have made my round 4 already. If you made already round 4. Now let's continue round 5, which is the main stitch design of the yoke. And now let's pretend we already made our round 4 in this prototype. Let's do round 5. So again, round 5, you're going to chain 2 to build up the yarn. Now you're just gonna add the first stitch of round 5 is single crochet. Second one is double crochet. You know how to do double crochet, right? That is double crochet. Single crochet to the next one, and the next one double crochet. So it's just like that, just single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet until the end of the round. It's pretty easy, right? So just keep going with that, knowing that every time when you start your round with single crochet, your last stitch going to be double crochet, because this is the multiple of 2. And then your next round, the first stitch of your next round will be different, because if your previous round start with single crochet, your next round, the first stitch, you will have to start with double crochet. So that is how the stitch so vivid, like so beautiful texture, and give kind of like very 3D looking. I don't know how to say this, but when you change the color, it will give that effect into your work. So go ahead, do that, and yeah, get into the end of the round. Okay, now the last stitch, like I said, because you start with single and you are going to finish with double, and that's when you know that you don't miss anything. And I was mistaken with the color. Actually, in the pattern, round 5 is green, but yeah, I already did with red. Doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you understand that you have to do single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. Okay, in round 5 I make green one, but you may make other color as well, so for that it doesn't matter. And you're just going to again slip stitch with the chain 2 from the beginning to finish your round 5. And now I'm going to demonstrate the increasing that I said you need to increase 2 stitches at once. Like every time you're increasing the stitch, you have to increase 2 stitches, because the pattern is the multiple of 2 and it's kind of have to go together, like single crochet, double crochet, or either double crochet, single crochet, depending on the round. So let's pretend we are on round 6, because round 6 require us size small to increase 2 stitches in every 12 stitch. So what does that mean? In, let's say this one that I put the stitch marker, let's pretend this is our first stitch of the round. Let's pretend this round 6. So this is how we increase. So we count, we add like usually 1 stitch per stitch, you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Round 6 asks us to increase on the stitch number 12, meaning that this one, the number 12. So the number 12, we're going to add 2 stitches to increase. Since the next one, the previous one is double crochet, so you already know what we have to add in there. It has to be single crochet. All right, so we add single crochet. And we have to add 2 more because we increase 2 stitches every time. So the next one have to be double crochet because we just add single crochet, right? And then the next one have to be single crochet. That's it. This is how we increase 2 stitches every time. But if our number 12 happen to be this one, which is single crochet from previous round, meaning we have to add double crochet, single crochet, and double crochet. It's very depend on what is the next stitch we're going to do. Yeah, that's it. So that's how we increase 2 stitches every time. And here you can see this was increasing before. So in this stitch I have 3 stitches inside. So you have to be very careful when you work over the round that was increasing before, because it's not just 1 stitch, it's 3 stitch. So when you do single crochet, meaning the next one has to be double crochet. Sometimes it's not easy to see because you know they're kind of like squeezing 3 stitches in 1 stitch. So you have to remember that it's go, you know, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, and then the next one have to be double crochet. So I have finished my yoke, and this is, yeah, the length that I prefer. So when you make your yoke, for me I have made a total of 30 rounds, and now I'm going to make the body part. So what I did for the body part is that I count the front body part 50 stitches, and I add the stitch marker, like from here to here is 50 stitches, and also for the back side here to here 50 stitches. The thing is, this design I do slightly different. You see that I did not cut the yarn yet. I still have a yarn hanging here because this time I'm going to crochet from where I finished my last round of the yoke, and I'm going to crochet with half double crochet. For the body part, I'm just gonna do simple half double crochet. So I'm just gonna do this, but for the body part I will not chain 2 anymore. I'm just gonna make half double crochet until I get into where I have the stitch marker, and I'm gonna make a long chain of 20 for my side, and I'm just gonna go back here on the front part with half double crochet. The last one gonna stop here, and again I'm just gonna make a long chain of 20 to reach to the other side. And when I got that, I'm just gonna make it in round. So I'm just gonna show you the first round so you know what I'm talking about. And this is the back part, like you know, the yoke part where I left off. Just gonna remove the stitch marker, and I did chain 1 just to secure. Now I'm gonna take it out. I'm going to start this body round 1, with just half double crochet without any chain in the beginning. So I use the same color as my last round. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I suggest you to add the stitch marker also in the first one. So I already have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is my first one, so I know where is my first one. So now you're just gonna continue with half double crochet until you arrive to the stitch marker. And here, don't forget to add into where you have the stitch marker, because this is also the stitch that you count in as the 50 stitches for the body part. And now you're just gonna chain 20 if you make my size. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and make sure that it's not twisted. Make sure that your chain is not twisted. Have to be, you know, nicely there in the right position. And now you're just gonna go to where you have another stitch marker. In this case, it's like the front part, because we start from the back where we finish our yoke. And now you're just going to add the half double crochet there. hook the hook there. Yeah, check again that your chain is not twisted. And now you're just gonna add half double crochet in each stitch across, and yeah, it should have 50 half double crochet in the front. Now you arrive to another stitch marker, and remember to add your last stitch into where you have the stitch marker. And this is like, you know, 50 from here to here is 50 half double crochet. Again, you're going to chain 20, and again do the same, make sure it's not twisted. And now you're going to connect by adding half double crochet into where you have the stitch marker at the back side. Like that. So before you go anywhere else, let's do one more check, because we don't want it to twist, right? Good. And now you're just gonna continue with the half double crochet in this side until you meet where you have started. Just remember that we start here at the back where we finish our yoke, so it's like this from here to here is like a half of your back part, so you have to crochet from here to there to complete your 50 half double crochet for the back part. Okay, here I have already come to the first stitch. Now we're gonna have to see if we can continue with half double crochet without having to slip stitch first, because sometimes in the first round would be better to slip stitch, and then the second or the third we don't need to. So we're gonna try, because I also have no idea if I can just, you know, continue with the second round without having a big hole. So yeah, still have a little hole here. I don't know if you can see. I don't like that. So the second round, what I do, usually the second round when I work in spiral, I would just slip stitch, you know, here just to close the hole. And you will see if the third round you need to slip stitch or not, if you don't need anymore, because after some time you do the spiral movement. When you do a crochet in the spiral movement, you don't need to slip stitch anymore, but the first and the second round always little problem. So now I'm just gonna slip stitch to finish my round one of the body, and I'm just gonna add the same stitch because I slip stitch on the first half double crochet on round one or previous round. I'm just gonna add half double crochet at the same stitch. See, I already have my first half double crochet, and then it's just gonna continue with second and third in my round two, and again add your stitch marker. I think in round 3 or when you finish round 2, you're good to go without slip stitch, but I will show you again when I get here and we see it together. Also, I will add that information in the ring pattern. So yeah, you can see actually when you slip stitch on your, you know, finishing round 1 and start round 2, it's kind of like neater and without the hole. And I think when you come here, you can just jump there. We'll see it together. But now just go ahead, adding half double crochet around. You should have in this round a total of 140, because 50 in the front, 50 in the back, or 50 in the back, 50 in the front, 20 and 20. And yeah, you should have 140. And here, when you arrive to the chain 20 that you made in round 1 for the armhole, you will need to add half double crochet in each of that chain stitch. So from now on, you're just going to add 1 half double crochet in each of that chain, in total of 20 half double crochet. And after you finish 20 half double crochet on the underarm chain, continue with half double crochet in each stitch across on the front part until you arrive to the underarm chain the other side again. And yeah, when you arrive to the underarm chain the other side, you do the same as the first underarm chain by adding half double crochet in each of that 20 chain. Then you add half double crochet in the back side until you get into the first stitch of your round 2. Alright, we are finishing round 2, and let's see if we, now I come, you see, here is the beginning of round 2. Let's see together if I need to slip stitch or it's okay now to just start round 3 with half double crochet. You see, because now the level kind of, you know, coming together. Let's see. Okay, still have a little bit hole. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna slip stitch again, slip stitch, and I just gonna do like round 2, slip stitch and add half double crochet in the same place, that, and then going to the next one and the next one. But I will add back the stitch marker into the first one. I think round 3 would be good to go later on if I need to slip stitch again or not. But from now on, you're just gonna continue with half double crochet just like we just did in round 2. Okay, here, have a look. I just gonna let you do the thing by yourself. So you're just gonna go here again, and yeah, gonna go back here, and you will see if when you finish your round 3, if you need to slip stitch, I will let you know in the pattern and also when I update to you. But now I'm just gonna let you go with half double crochet. But before we go to the edge part, I want to show you the body part that I made here. As you can see, I change colors and I actually do some shaping as well on my waistline. And I share with you how I calculate, how I make the waistline, and how I increase back again few more inches after I shape the waistline. And I show you exactly how I do it, how you can make the math for your own size on my blog, so you can use my pattern of this size as a reference to measure and find your own number. It's super easy. Just make sure that your last round should be an even number, because we're going to do the edge with the repeating of front post half double crochet and back post half double crochet. So yeah, after you finish your last round of the body part, you can just continue your edge round, like, oh, you call the edge, I call the edge. Don't need to chain or anything like that. Just start off with front post half double crochet. You already know how to do front post half double crochet, and then back post half double crochet. And now you're just going to repeat that front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet, along, across until the end. Just make sure you add the stitch marker on your first stitch. This way you know when to stop and not crochet over your first stitch of the edge. Alright, go ahead repeating this until the end of the round. So your last stitch should be back post half double crochet. Don't miss that. Sometimes you can't see because it's hidden next to the stitch marker in my case. And yeah, because you start with front post half double crochet, you should end it with back post half double crochet. And you're just gonna finish this round by slip stitch with the first front post half double crochet that you start with, and then you're just gonna chain one and cut the yarn, and that's it. That's how we do the edge of the body part. And I'm gonna show you how to make the sleeve, although I already made the sleeve, one sleeve, because I just want to make sure it works so that I can explain to you how to do and what is the difference. So let's look at the sleeve together. I want to say that I really love the sleeve of this sweater because I feel like I got it now. And you may wonder, oh, you have made many sweater, how come you just understand how to make the sleeve, this one? Because making a sleeve in different sweater, there are many styles you can do, and this one I'm going to explain to you if you want to do different than mine. You can see here that I really I decrease, but I don't decrease so much. I slowly decrease until come to the point that I want to, you know, you can have this wider if you want, but I like it to be close because I don't want wind to come inside. But because I also want to have a lot of space on my what you call bicep, like on the above of my arms, I would like to have lots of space because I wear always something under. When I wear sweater to go out, especially this time winter, it's not enough to just wear the sweater like this. I need to have another, you know, a cotton or something else under this as well. And also I don't want to get like just me, I don't want to sweat on my wool. And yeah, this is wool and silk. So let's look at the stitch right now. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, so you see this line here, this green color or sage color, this line here before the red. This is our first round of the sleeve. So my first round of the sleeve is 67 half double crochet because the yoke, like this sleeve part that I have is 47, and for the, how do you say it, this underarm chain, I have 20, so it's 67. However, I will show you that when you have more stitch, because some part of it you can't, you don't see the stitch, but you still have to add half double crochet, and if you have more stitch, you need to already do some decrease, and I did as well. I will show you when we start the other side. You need to have the same in order to maintain the shape of the sleeve. So if you are the sleeve part here from your yoke, it's the same number as mine. If you have 47 and the underarm chain 20, you need to make your round one have to have 67 half double crochet, and you can make a decrease easily. I can show you. So after you got your round one done, it's very easy now. After that, you're going to make just, you know, half double crochet in each stitch across. I always like to start my work or the sleeve always at the back of my work, because I don't want to see the beginning round on the front of my work. But if you want to do different, go ahead, just do what you wanted to, but I'm just gonna start at the back. And let me have a look. So yeah, I'm going to start my first stitch here in this. So it's like on the first round of your body part. No, the second round. Doesn't matter. You can start here or you can start here. I'm just gonna start this one here. Just start here or there, but the back part is the best. So first you're just gonna, on the back part, yeah, you're just gonna slip knot, and I just chain 2, and this chain 2, well, maybe you count it as chain 1, because slip knot you just need to make 1 chain. So I'm just slip knot by make chain 2 like that, and this one not count as the stitch. Okay, now I'm going to go into the next stitch under here, And I'm doing my best to make only 20 and not more. The thing is, because there is no just the stitch, you're going to make kind of like in between here. Just make sure you don't make more than 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me show you also, because in my experience I saw that somehow the under stitch here, when you go through in each hole, it has more than 20 for me, because I don't know why. Maybe because of the first round of the body we started connect with the yoke, so somehow it's give extra stitch. So now we're gonna count together first to make sure how many stitch we have here that we're gonna poke the hook in, and if it's more than 20, we have to think already how to decrease it before you get there, and then you have more stitch, then you have to start over again. So my way of doing it, because I already have experience on the other side, just want to save you time and explain to you also how you can do it without having to undo it, because I know when certain yarn you use might not be easy to frog again. So now we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's count 6. I'm just gonna count the part that I'm going to poke the hook in, so you have to look at your work as well and use my method to do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You see, it's always have 3 stitch. I have 3 stitch more also the other side. I think because of, like I said, the first round of the body, both sides, and somehow, yeah, I don't know, just have 1 stitch more. But we just need to have the same stitch as the body part, which is underarm chain. I make chain only 20, and then I have now 3 more stitch. So I plan to decrease now 3 times in order to get back to 20. Okay, so what I did, this is like I already have 5. One thing you can do is you can make it together like this and put so you have. So I already did 1. Now I'm just gonna do a normal half double crochet, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now I'm gonna do it again. Put it together. This one, when you do this, it's called like half double crochet 2 together. Second time now. Just continue. And now I'm gonna leave this tail now. Sometimes I leave it a little bit the tails at the inside, because I can pull it and make it look neater and not having to take it out later. So I'm just gonna leave it that way. Alright. And now I'm gonna do it again last time, because we need only to get rid 3 stitches in order to have 20 half double crochet here. Now let's count if we have 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this last one here, 20. And yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them down below. But as I said, the stitch, we got it more from the front one and the back one, and also somehow the, you know, like the between, it can create the hole that we either skip it or just put the stitch. Like I said, first round, just make sure you get the same number of your yoke stitch that you skip for the armhole and the underarm chain. It's very important to have the same. If you have more or less, it's not gonna have a good shape. Either you're gonna have the starting the sleeve with too tiny or too tight or too big. So make sure you get the same number as you left it at the beginning. So now you're just going, this part is very easy because it's the stitch here for you. You should have here, for me I have 47, but if somehow you get more, just make sure you do the same. It's okay, it's very forgiving. Just make sure you do half double crochet 2 together, but don't make the half double crochet 2 together on the top. My tips is to make around here because it's like still in the front and back and under your arm. Like the side of your arm is not so obvious as on the top of your shoulder. Don't do decreasing on the top of your shoulder, here or here. All right, so go ahead, add half double crochet around, and I meet you when you get into the end here. And here I have finished my round one. I already changed the color, and this is how I change the color. Like I just pull the new color when I finish my last half double crochet. If you change the color, you will do the same. I'm not going to show you how I change the color because I have that already in many other videos, and I will link it for you under this video. But I just changed the color into red. Now I'm going to finish my round one by slip stitch into this chain 2 here at the beginning. You have to poke the hook. Okay, not that difficult. And now I'm just gonna have to pick the red color. Oops. I don't want my stitch to be loose. So yeah, now I change the color already. And I'm going to cut this green first. Leave some tail there. So yeah, now I'm going to add half double crochet in each stitch across without chain at the beginning, okay, because we are working in spiral. So what I'm going to do is just add half double crochet into the first half double crochet from previous round. So just poke the hook in, and I like to also work with the tails already inside. Okay, so add half double crochet in each stitch across in each of half double crochet from previous round. And this round 2 is super easy. You don't have to do any decrease anymore because you just did your round 1, making your round 1 the total of half double crochet the way you want. So now round 2, just simply add half double crochet in each stitch across. I suggest you to hold your hook and yarn consistent, how to say it, like just the way you do in the body part, because I know that some people when changing the colors or working on different part of your sweater, you tend to lose your tension and your work turn out different. Like some people say, oh, sometimes when I work on the sweater, the body part is smaller than the sleeve, and I don't know why. Yeah, because of the tension. It's not the same. And this is come with time. You just have to keep practicing it. So yeah, now just go ahead, add half double crochet in each stitch across. Alright, now at the end of the round, in round 2, I'm not going to slip stitch anymore. I'm just gonna add half double crochet into the first half double crochet from previous round to start my round 3. So now I already finished my round 2, a total of 67 half double crochet. And yeah, in round 3, like I said, just gonna add half double crochet like that. 2, 3. And now since it's the same color, you want to add the stitch marker now. And yeah, I'm at my stitch marker in my first stitch, so I know where is the beginning and where to count the round. Okay, so now what you're going to do, you're going to half double crochet in each stitch across, and I will add the information of my size, like what I did in my blog as well, so you can recall and to see how I do the sleeve, how I do the decreasing. I already explained to you, but in case you want to read it as well, I will share with you on my blog. But because like we already talked about this design, you're going to measure by yourself how you do it, like the whole piece of this one. I show you how you can measure your body. But yeah, so let's do that, and I will come back to show you how I decrease, because I decrease with invisible decrease. So here I am. I just made round 24, and in round 25 I'm going to decrease one stitch. So from now on, from round 25 to, let me check in my book, from round 25 to round 39 in this size small, I'm going to decrease in every 3 rounds, meaning that I'm going to decrease on round 25, and for 26 and 27 I won't be decreasing, and I will decrease again in round 28. I will add this information for size small in my blog, so you can check my blog to, you know, have a look if you make the same size as mine. And if you are making other sizes, you can use my information for size small to be the, how to say, to calculate your own sleeve. But it's not that difficult, you just have to try it on and see the fit. But if you want to make for all the sizes and want to have everything calculated already for you, you can get the written pattern on my Ravelry. So yeah, now I'm going to show you how I decrease. It's very simple. When you decrease just one stitch, you can choose any stitch in this round, because you're just gonna decrease one stitch only, and another 2 rounds is non-decreasing, so you can choose wherever you want. But for me, I like to, for example, if I'm going to decrease in the 3rd stitch, the next time, the next 3 rounds, when I decrease again, I will choose other stitches, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to decrease the same stitch again and again, so I just moving around, and that is just really flexible. It's very up to you. So now let's do the decreasing together. I am beginning around 25. So for other sizes, the decreasing round will be slightly different, but still, when you want to make it like find out by yourself, just play around, like I said, and keep trying until you get to the width or the length. Like the width meaning that here, that not too narrow, and keep going by using my size small to be an example of how to calculate, if that is what you want, and then just keep going until you get into the length you want. So yeah, I have 1 already, 2. So this is my beginning round where I have the stitch marker. I don't move it now, I can move it later because I know where it is, and I can just move it when I want it to, because I can just track, you know, where it goes. Alright, now the 3rd one, I'm going to show you how to do invisible increasing. So to do the invisible, you just yarn over and you just take the front loop only. Since I have 2 loops, because I have a double strand for fingering weight yarn. If you use other weight of yarn like DK, you're just going to have 1 loop, but I have 2 strand. I mean, have 2 strand. So you just take the front loop and then the next front loop of next stitch. Now you have, if you not double strand, you will have 4 loops on your hook, but since I am doubling the strands, I have like 8 loops. So now yarn over, pull through all this loop. Oops. So this is how you have double crochet 2 together. Now you're just going to add the next half double crochet into the next one, like normal that you would do. Just keep going. Now let's have a look. You see, we already do the decreasing here. You can see. So this stitch is become 1. I did it on the 3rd one, become 1. And now you're just going to continue with half double crochet in each stitch across. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to do decreasing 1 stitch every 3 rounds until I get into round 39, and then after that I will be changing the color, and I will do decreasing in every 2 rounds, and then when I get into round 52 I will do decreasing every round until until I get into round 67, and 68 to 74 it will be no more decreasing for me. Like I said, I put the link under this video. Have a look on my blog to have as reference. This was the word I was looking for, as a reference for your own sleeve. The sleeve is really fun to do, and even though you make size small, but you want to have your sleeve narrow like smaller than mine or bigger than mine, you can definitely do it different way. It's really up to you. In the end, this is your own sweater, so just make what you are happy with because you're going to wear it.
So I hope you have something like this by now. You need to make 2 sleeves to, complete your sweater. And yeah, I can't wait to see your work. Can't wait to see the color of your choice. Can't wait to see the yarn of your choice. So please come and join us on our Facebook group. Post your work and tell us a little bit about your journey of making this piece to life. And if you have Instagram, post your, work in progress or the finished piece on your story or post and tag me, Maya Luna Corazon. I will repost your post, so this way more people can discover you. This way I can know you, I can get a chance to know you, because I will never know who you are if you not reach out to me and share with me your work. So excited to see how you can measure your body and what you learn from this video. Please share your comment below under this video so more people can also interact to each other. This way I get to know you more. Okay, dear one, if you are into building your crochet business, come to join us on our Patron site. I'm giving you free download crochet business planner, 38 pages showing you step by step of how I create my business and how I do what I do, and showing you not just to do because I think it's good, do because you wanted to help you find your why and the reason why you want to build your business, and also to join our community. If you are ready to transition yourself from the maker to the designer, come to join us. I'll be waiting for you there. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.